Hey everyone, I wanted to go over the new and exciting news that we got for Monster Hunter Rise on the PC via Steam. This video is not going to be applicable to Nintendo Switch players, as what we're going to be going over is actually brand new information and updates that PC players are going to be receiving for version 3.9. This is the one that is going to be dropping on February 24th. This patch update is going to be bringing the PC version much closer to the Nintendo Switch version when it comes to like free downloadable content and patches and stuff like that, but not necessarily right up to the same level. And we're going to be going over as to why. Nintendo Switch players, however, are still going to be able to get this patch 3.9, but of course it's going to bring with it a couple of bug fixes and stuff like that, which we don't necessarily have the patch notes just yet, and also presumably brand new DLC that PC players will most likely be getting the following week. So for right now, we do know that PC players are going to get a whole heck of a lot of brand new DLC, which we're going to go over in a bit, but not necessarily all of it. So right out of the gate, the official Steam community blog that they posted, which I'm going to leave a link in the description below for PC players to be able to check this out, it mentions that there's a brand new set of event quests coming to the PC, which of course includes the USJ collaboration, which is 2 event quests where you complete these quests to earn materials will allow you to forge special armors and weapons for your hunter, Palicos, and Palamutes. And yes, that includes layered armors of the versions as well. Of course, they're looking at the USJ collaboration armors, which of course were already available on the Nintendo Switch. They also mentioned the USJ Shrine Showdown event quest, where you take on a triple threat of monsters with high rank difficulty to craft Azure Star Blade number 1. This will be the longsword, and Azure Arrow Wormbow, which is the bow. Of course, the Azure H Armor, which is the layered armor for your hunter as well. They mentioned that rise above the combine and make these monsters claim your prize. Then moving over to the next one is the USJ Arceros Onslaught. This is to protect Camera Village from an onslaught of Arceros in this high rank rampage quest, to kit out your Palico and Palamute with some special weapons and armor, including layer options. Equally fashionable and fierce hunting buddies. As highlighted above, both the above quests will fall into the high rank event quest category, giving you fun and skillful combinations and full useful items for monster parts. So of course this is just a typical USJ collaboration event quest, which of course Nintendo Switch already has, but finally PC is going to be able to get this on the 24th. They're also mentioning the layered armor. For some hunters, fashion game is the end game, and this sounds like you, then you want to look out for the striking new event quest, a good old-fashioned rampage. As the name suggests, the quest is a rampage, and if you successfully can hold on the line and defend the final gate, you will be awarded materials required to forge a rather special layered armor, the Origin set. This looks directly inspired from a set, the original Monster Hunter game, a true classic. They also mention Frostbites. The complete quest for this give you a brand new winter look, the Orient Layer Armor set. What stands out between you and this set? Well, you have the best Ice Cold combo for Barioth, Golsarak, Lagambi, and watch out for that Ice Blight. So it does seem to have really good Ice Blight resistance, so they are definitely ripening that up, I guess. Moving over to poses and stickers, there's the Wrestling with Pain. This says take a seat, Master Hunter, and with a sitting pose that you'll earn after taking down the Arceros with a Tetranodon in this hunt. This pose set to contain a number of different ways to sit, letting you pose comfortably with your favorite villagers of camera, or even get comfy when you are on a hunt. A great set to unlock hunters who enjoy a bit of Kahoot photography. And of course, I think I've seen a lot of people, especially Japanese players, take a lot of silly photos with that sitting pose from the Nintendo Switch version. Then they also mentioned the Valentine's event quest that we got, which was the Princess's Banquet, where you've been cordially invited to the Princess's Banquet to survive the main course when you unlock the sweet chocolate set of stickers in the multiplayer. What stands between you and this tasty treat? A truly fearsome trio consisting of Rathian, Ragnar Kadaki, and Somnacanth. Fear not though, you've got this covered. And the last wave of mentions, they talk about the advanced quests and the Apex emergencies. It says, those of you that have already tried the existing Apex emergency and advanced quests will know that these are not for the faint of heart. They'll push your hunting skills to new limits, as everything you've learned so far is put to the test. Monsters in these quests hit much harder, have more health, increased resistances, and are unrelentlessly in their aggression. We've picked two particular fearsome hunts for the badge that will drop as part of the version 3.9 to help you prepare for the battles ahead. This is the Advanced Crimson Calamity, where you take on a powered up Crimson Glow Valstrax in the Infernal Springs, and it says how will you handle this monster's signature ambush attack in a limited space. There's only one way to find out, and the last one that they mention is of course the Apex Emergency Diablos, where you're on guard on this quest and it'll end up in a bloodbath. The Apex Emergency Diablos is far stronger and larger than other of its kin you've encountered so far in Monster Hunter Rise. Be ready to dance with destruction as you step into this quest. You'll need to be on your toes thoroughly, and probably be a good idea to bring in some strong ice weapons too. Besting these quests will provide you with some monster parts, armored spheres, silver and golden eggs, and even a generous amount of defense tickets number 9. Oh, and an immense feeling of satisfaction having successfully demonstrated in depth of your hunting prowess. These quests are hard enough, so don't feel bad if you faint. Every card is a lesson earned. So as you can see here, pretty much all these drops are going to be available on the PC when version 3.9 drops on February 24th. You will notice though, however, is that you are not seeing the Super Apex Cenogre, for example, or the few quests that led up to it. The last one you're going to be seeing here is the Apex Diablos, Super Apex Diablos, which was the last of the super event quest that we got up until we just got the Cenogre. So there's still going to be a couple of quests that are not going to be available on the PC just yet that the Nintendo Switch already has. This makes me think that presumably within a week or two after 3.9 drops on PC, they'll go ahead and do another massive drop of event quests where they're finally gonna like sync everything up, or maybe even the following week, so they actually can keep their word that by the end of February all DLC on PC and the Nintendo Switch is going to be linked up. We're still waiting to see if this was going to be it. It doesn't necessarily seem to be that way. On the Japanese post that they made a few days ago, they talked about both of them syncing up at 3.9, but now that we have this blog update from the Steam community, it doesn't necessarily seem to be the case. So, you know, it's still up in arms as to why the Japanese one said it would be, and then the Western one doesn't say that as much. And now that we're actually going through the details, you know, is not showing up as well. We are still waiting for the patch notes for 3.9 as well, like I mentioned at the top of the video. Those patch notes are going to be pretty much on the Nintendo Switch and on PC at the same time. So at the very least, whatever bug fixes and changes that they do, all of those will be synced up, so there won't be any differences whatsoever. But what will still be missing on PC will be a couple of event quests from the most recent weeks that we got on the Nintendo Switch, and whatever one we get next week, of course. Another thing PC players are missing that someone brought up to me in the comments was the fact that the amiibo, the layer armor like option amiibos and stuff, like the Malo armor for your Palico, your Palamute, and your Hunter, those are not available on Steam at all. Those are like only amiibo exclusives apparently. So as of like a week ago, they're not on the PC Steam store. So, you know, those are only available on the Nintendo Switch. If that changes, I'll try to cover it if I find out, but I haven't seen anywhere mentioned that they are even trying to bring that in to the PC environment. But that's about all the information that I wanted to go over. Thankfully, PC is finally going to be syncing up with the Nintendo Switch, you know, as best as they can. Definitely, hopefully within the next 2 weeks, but next week for sure, there's going to be a brand new wave of DLC for PC that you certainly want to check out if you're still playing that version. If you're brand new to my channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up, and as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya.